What's going on, you guys? I'm coming to you with a Legion list today. This is going to be, in my opinion, a very early launch type of build, and it's going to focus on the naked AT-RT. And there's a reason why I think a naked AT-RT is very strong, and I'm going to talk about that. So let's go. We're going to go with a Rebel list. Our commander is obviously going to be Luke Skywalker. I'm going to put him down here. And I'm using Tabletop Admirals Legion List Builder. This is a pretty nice list builder. I'll put a link to this in the description below. But what we're going to focus on here, and what's so great about the AT-RT, is that it's fairly cheap. It doesn't start being really expensive until you add, the hard points. And what's great about it is that it's for a fairly low amount of points. You're getting a whole activation. You're also getting deployment. You're also getting a tough unit that's got armor, so it's not easily killed. It can do some nasty melee damage, and you look at that, 3 red dice is pretty good. So the AT-RT, we're going to start off with that. We're going to start off with an AT-RT. Now we can add there's some good hard points, like the laser cannon, for example, is awfully good. It's range 2 to 4, so it's a long range thing. You can kind of keep this thing in the back and just blast away with it. But gosh, you're getting close to doubling your point cost. This brings it up to 90 points. So you started with 55, and you add this up. Now you're already at 90 points. Now that's really expensive. So I'm not a big fan of stuff being that expensive. I like having more units. And I'm going to talk more about why I think more units is incredibly important as the game comes out and I start doing more strategy videos. We're going to be doing more objective type videos and how more units can enable you to win. But suffice to say, more units is more often than not a better thing. In this game right now, the way the game is at launch, you're going to want more units, more unit leaders, rather than putting all your points into like a 250 point unit. One of the reasons why I think Rebels might be a little stronger as opposed to the Imperials, because that AT-ST is going to make a lot of Imperial players want to load it up with 4 weapons, and it just wastes so many points. Okay, so AT-RT, I don't think we really need anything on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a naked AT-RT and duplicate it. I'm going to put 3 of them in there because we can have 3 supports. And then this is a list that I'm saying you can do actually for somewhat cheap too, because the only thing you need to make this list that I'm going to show you is 3 core sets, and you don't even have to buy. You could be splitting a core set with a buddy. You just need 3 core sets worth of Rebels plus a snow speeder. And we're going to add a snow speeder also. Now the snow speeder, you do have to add stuff to. You don't want to run a naked snow speeder just because of the fact that it's got arsenal too. It's getting to fire a second weapon for free. So you might as well, otherwise you're kind of wasting arsenal too. So we're going to give it the ground buzzer. I don't like the power harpoon. The power harpoon is just giving you 1 red die. I don't like that, even though it is kind of cheap. So 8 points is not half bad. So it's priced appropriately. We're going to go with the ground buzzer. That's 4 black dice. This way you're going to shoot 6 dice out the front, but then at the back you're definitely going to get some hits on that. You don't have the offensive surge, so those pretty much got a 50-50 shot of actually getting damage. But since there's 4 of them, you're going to roll some suppression and some damage on some units. That's always nice. So we're going to add the ground buzzer. Okay, now this is at 520 already. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units already. What am I going to add? I'm going to add Rebel Troopers. I'm going to add a Rebel Trooper. All right. I'm not adding any upgrades to the Rebel Troopers. You probably think I'm crazy because there's a lot of upgrades you can put on them. But there's a reason. I was talking before about why, and I didn't go into too much detail, but more unit leaders is a good thing, right? Well, if I run Rebel Troopers with upgrades, I can easily double their cost, right? Put the Ion Trooper, that almost doubles the cost all by itself. And then you add an extra Rebel Trooper upgrade, that's 10 more points. We can take a Rebel Trooper to like probably over 100 points or so if we added everything. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to run a naked Rebel Trooper because I would rather for twice the price, for adding this Ion Trooper and an extra Rebel Trooper and have 6 health Rebel Trooper, I'd rather just have a second Rebel Trooper, right? Think of this as an 80-point Rebel Trooper that counts as 2 activations and has 8 hit points, right? And it attacks for way more. It can split up into 2 separate attacks. Think of that, and that's just one way to look at it. If there were an 80-point unit that had 8 miniatures, it would be insane. So I kind of look at it that way. And so if I go ahead and duplicate them again, I've got 3 that you'd need to have at least 3 core, right? But I'm gonna put 6. I'm gonna max them out. So we got 6 of them now. And it's cool because this keeps track at the top of how many you have. Because if you got a whole lot in there, you can scroll all the way down and see. But I've got 6 Rebel Troopers right now. That's pretty impressive. With 6 Rebel Troopers, I can just swarm these guys. And I go back to the AT-RTs. Well, why are the AT-RTs so cool? Is because if in case you do a map or you got a big wide open area, these AT-RT vehicles are going to provide light cover to your units if you have your troopers behind the AT-RTs. That's what's so important about these guys and why just having them naked, they're tough, they have armor, you're not going to be able to kill them very easily. Your troopers behind them are going to have more survivability because I'm going to be canceling 1 hit out of every attack that's rolled against them. That much is awesome. So you provide your own cover. You make your own moving wall of AT-RTs going forward. You tank these AT-RTs, and as you get closer, you charge them into the enemy. You do some awesome, triple red attacks. You just decimate these enemies with your red claws. You step on the enemies. You cut them down. And then you let your troopers come by and shoot them afterwards. Also, because the AT-RT is a vehicle, you won't actually be engaged with the enemies that you're hitting with these melee attack. So your troopers can still come around and shoot them. So AT-RT's great frontline defense for the rebels, and you don't even have to put those cannons. As a matter of fact, if this was in this type of formation, you don't even want this laser cannon. You don't even want that. Now you could put something like a flamethrower on one of them. That might work. We have a little bit of points left over too. I mean, we're only at 760. We're only at 760. We have more points. We could put one with a laser cannon. That would almost max us out. But I want to put something on Luke Skywalker. We have a little bit of points left over. So here's what I'm going to do for this build for the remaining points that we've got. First off, Jedi Mind Trick. That's okay. That's not bad. Saber Throw, I don't think is as good on Luke. I think it's better on Vader. Force Reflexes, I think, is crucial because of Deflect, right? We have Force Push. Force Push is fun, but you can't push somebody off a cliff because they have to perform a move, and you can't move off a cliff. You have to clamber off a cliff. So I'm waiting for a Force Push, like an advanced Force Push that lets you push somebody off a cliff. Because that's more fun. But Force Push is actually still a cool ability. It is a nice ability. It's a free action like that. You have to exhaust it though, right? Battle Meditation, that one is pretty good for Luke in general because of the fact it's not an exhausted thing. He can just, especially with that many troops too, you can just say, all right, you guys are all the way over there, you guys are all the way over there, no problem, right? But for this one, I'm going to go with Force Reflexes because I think it's clutch. I think it's just crucial to be, when the moment comes and you need that dodge token it does 2 things for you. It lets you deflect and it gives you that defensive surge. I love that. I love it. So we're gonna add Force Reflexes to Luke. That brings us to 775. Now with the points we have left over, we could add some extra hit points to a Rebel Trooper. But I think if we're going with this frontline formation for AT-RTs, we want to go ahead and add the Flamethrower. The Flamethrower is going to be awesome. We're going to add Flamethrower to one of them, okay? And that's going to be the one that I'm going to probably paint with flames on it or something like that. I'll probably paint this one up special. As the time that I'm making this video, Legion doesn't come out yet for like 2 weeks, so I am still in the planning phase. I still haven't gotten my hands on this stuff yet, unlike some of the awesome YouTubers out there and lucky, very fortunate people that have been selected to get the review copies early, and some people that have kind of gotten their stuff through shadier means. I am not one of those folks, so still in the planning phase, but these kind of builds kind of give me some ideas on how I will paint these guys when they come out. And I might try to do flames on one. So, with that being said, the Flamethrower, it's a cool cannon. It's got 2 black dice. But it doesn't stop there because you get to add, it's got spray. Now, spray is just such a cool mechanic because it's letting you add this weapons dice for each mini in the defending unit for which line of sight is not blocked. What that means, if I'm attacking a naked Stormtrooper unit, I'm rolling 8 black dice, and it's got blast. It's not, and it ignores cover. So even if they're behind, a turret, not a turret, they're behind a barricade or something, no problem. It's just gonna melt them right through that barricade, ignoring their cover altogether, which is great. It's very great. And we also, black dice So black dice are cool because they're kind of like a 50% chance to roll a hit, right? But when you've got that offensive surge, it makes just black dice that much better. And I love the offensive surge on the AT-RT. It's just very, very good. I think offensive surge is really strong on the black dice and the white dice. I think it's less important on the red dice because they have such a higher overall chance of rolling damage. But for the black and the white, it's really important. So really, really like this. You can do so much. And for every mini, you're rolling 2. So against core, it's absolutely killer because you're just rolling 2 for every 1. All right, 2 for every 1 unit that's out there. Now the stormtroopers are going to roll. They have a red dice, but maybe you can do mirror matches too. If you're doing a mirror match against other rebels, this is going to melt those rebel troopers with their white defense dice. Absolutely melt them. It's going to be insane. That is the build, folks. I am going to put a link to this in the description below, so make sure you check out Tabletop Admiral. They're a cool site. Definitely like the support for Legion that they have so far. That's all I got for you today. I do want to also announce that there is a new round of the giveaway starting right now. And if you'd like to win an expansion of your choice, the only thing you need to do is, in the form of a $20 Cool Stuff gift card, only thing you need to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate all the support for the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for alerts, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.